Audio Jungle.
26-year-old gunned down in Westmorland. A man was shot dead along the Hertford Main Road in the vicinity of Petersfield, Westmorland on Saturday night. The deceased has been identified as 26-year-old Romario Grant, otherwise called Dodds, a laborer from the community. Reports from the police are that citizens reportedly heard loud explosions and summoned the police. Upon their arrival, the now deceased was seen lying in a pool of blood, suffering from what appeared to be gunshot wounds to his upper body. He was assisted to the Savannah Lamar Public General Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Investigations are ongoing. According to the police crime statistics, the parish has recorded 20 murders as of March 16. Ricketts re-elected JFF President. Michael Ricketts was on Sunday re-elected President of the Jamaica Football Federation JFF after beating back the challenge of his former Vice President Raymond Anderson 39-17 at the JFF's annual general meeting held at the Royal Tony Grill. After being postponed at the last moment because of a court injunction taken out by Vybz Kartel's Vybz Kartel after they were left off the list of the affiliates, Ricketts, who was first elected in 2017, won by a decisive margin of 22 votes, with all 56 delegates voting. Ricketts' slate was included Gregory Daly, president of the St. James FA, Elaine Walker-Brown of St. Catherine, Raymond Grant of Portland, Barry Watson of Manchester, along with former Vice President Bruce Garner and JFF Technical Committee Chairman Rodolph Speed. He said they got the mandate because he had persons who are involved in football who are doing the work at the parish level, so they would have gotten the support. And that was translated into vote, but we did a lot of work. We are deserving of it, but we want to just stay focused. We want to stay humble, as we have a massive repair job to do because the football was brought into disrepute a multiplicity times. Anderson, who was one of the long-serving executives of the JFF, did not stay to speak to the media afterwards, but Carl Beckford, who was on his slate, told reporters the delegates wanted Mr. Ricketts and his team back in office, and they have done so. What I think has happened though is, I think we have made enough impact on how football is governed and how it's run that they will have to see a serious talk about all sports. Brown man charged after allegedly robbing and shooting a man. A 21-year-old man from St. Catherine has been charged after allegedly robbing and shooting a man on March 6. Charged is Damarne Jackson, otherwise called Brown Man, of Rosemary Lane, Portmore, in the parish. Jackson has been charged with wounding with intent, robbery with aggravation, possession of a prohibited weapon, and unauthorized possession of ammunition. The incident reportedly happened along Oakland Drive, Kingston 13 on Wednesday, March 6. Reports from the Hunts Bay police are that about 5:10 p.m., Jackson allegedly pointed a firearm at the man, took his cell phone, then opened gunfire at him, hitting him in the right side of his abdomen. In a bid to escape further injuries, the man reportedly ran to seek assistance while Jackson escaped in the area. The police were alerted, and upon their arrival, the injured man was taken to hospital where he was treated and released. Jackson was subsequently arrested and charged. His court date is being arranged. Fear grips Whitfield town amid surging violence. Following a series of fires in Whitfield town, believed to be the work of arsonists, Member of Parliament for St. Andrew Southwestern Angela Brunberg is convinced that the police should be doing more to quell the fear of violence that has engulfed the area in recent times. Over the past 2 months, more than 40 families have reportedly been rendered homeless by fires may believe to have been done or started by criminals. Speaking with reporters, Brunberg stated that she wants the police to put more things together into action that will restore residents' faith in them. She shared that with many now living in fear for their lives in the surrounding areas, law enforcers need to be more proactive in their fight against crime. It is very disheartening what is happening. Over the last couple of months, I think things would have escalated. There have been several shootings taking place, and the truth is that there is a level of tension and frustration in the community, she stated. Persons have been abandoning homes because they don't believe it is intolerable and they refuse to put themselves and their families at risk. The good thing is that there has been no loss of life, but the hard part of it is that it is your savings, your investment, your peace of mind, It is starting all over again. We have to have another dialogue with the police about what they're doing, she continued. Persons in the community who are the source of tension need to be identified, but it is a police matter that needs to take place. She went on to say that criminals continue to plague the community, even with a strong police military presence. I know they keep saying they need information, and I understand that, but we need a plan. We now have a new commissioner of police, so I hope he has some new thoughts, new vision on how it is the crime situation needs to be handled. One of the recent fire victims, who identified himself as Doggy, told reporters that residents in the community are living in constant fear. He shared that having resided in the area for more than 5 decades, the recent spate of fires and killing is the worst it has ever been. Right now, it seems that the people living in a fear right now. Everybody afraid for them life right now. Because what is going on right now, we don't see what fight for, he stated. This thing cannot go on like this. It has to stop now. See you in court. Jamaica's chief prosecutor, Paula Llewellyn, King's Counsel, has moved to clarify her actions before the decision made by then Supreme Court Justice Lennox Campbell during the 2014 murder trial of entertainer Vybz Kartel and his co-accused to continue the matter after he became aware of an attempt to bribe the 12-member jury to acquit the men. While noting that the matter is still under judicial consideration, Director of Public Prosecutions DPP Paula Llewellyn said she felt compelled to speak on that narrow issue in light of what she labeled a campaign of misinformation being spread by a certain counsel, which she believes amount to an attempt to bring her office into disrepute. I think it is a veiled attempt to intimidate the office of the DPP and myself from doing our professional duty in respect of proper preparing ourselves to make submissions to the Court of Appeal in this matter, and we are bound to do, consequent on the ruling of Privy Council in this matter, the DPP told reporters on Sunday. The Judicial Committee of the Privy Council last Thursday squashed the murder conviction of Adidja Palmer and his co-accused for the 2011 murder of Clive Lizard Williams and remitted the question of whether there should be a retrial to Jamaica Appeals Court. The decision by the original trial judge to continue the murder trial after the attempted bribery of the jury has been brought to his attention gave rise to a miscarriage of justice. On Sunday, Paula Llewellyn said, contrary to the picture being painted, that she had full sway in the matter. The opinion she rendered to the judge was at his invitation, a situation which she said is not novel, as judges from time to time in the course of matters request the opinion of the head of the ODPP, even though she might not be the one handling the particular case. I have been made to understand that there have been seen that I somehow breached the Constitution by indicating that we didn't have a problem with the matter going ahead after it was brought to the judge's attention, and that there was this taunted judge. There are 50-odd lawyers who operate on behalf of the DPP, but under the Constitution, the DPP is able to step into any case and at any time in the interest of justice, and neither the prosecutor, who was there before, the judge, nor defense counsel can prevent that. It is a constitutional power, Llewellyn pointed out. An opinion of canvassing from everybody, defense and prosecuting counsel, but the judge, who is supreme in the law, was the one who made the decision, weighing all the different factors, because he too would have been aware that previously a juror had to be discharged because she was put in a situation where it was quite clear she would not have been able to continue, the DPP stated. She said up until the day in question when the judge requested that she appear in chamber along with the defense team and her team of prosecutors, Senior Deputy Director of Public Prosecutions Jeremy Taylor and then Court Counsel Leon Morris, she would speak to the prosecutors every day and assist administratively or otherwise to prepare for the challenges they would face from day to day. Every now and again, I would pop into court for a few minutes to build up morale because the case was very stressful, not only the prosecutors but the police and the entire office, for reasons I would not go into, Llewellyn stated. On the day Justice Campbell summoned her, she said after hearing from the judge and the foreman, who was called and questioned, the two teams of attorneys were asked to say what their opinion were. The attorney for the defense said they did not think the matter should go on. I indicated we wouldn't have a difficulty with the matter proceeding. What we are saying, 60-odd days had passed and it was a very serious matter, and the judge could also issue further and detailed instruction to the juror in addition to the general instructions. He really wanted an opinion from us, and I indicated that we would not have a problem with him proceeding, and that any risk for a decision coming down that would be adverse to us, and we are the ones who would handle that risk, Llewellyn stated. According to the DPP, the issue at hand was of insufficient import from the judge to request conference of attorneys. There was another issue that the same juror who offered the bribe, who somehow found himself at the chamber of one of the attorneys in the case, and the attorney came and reported it to the court, and then you had this attempt to bribe. What is the likelihood of having 3 issues to do with a juror in one case of this nature? I have never seen it happen, and I expect the judge with all his experience have never seen it either, which is why he had to have an inquiry into an ambulance of caution. I think he thought it would be the best thing she stated. He could either have said to the attorneys from my chamber, consult with the director and tell me what your opinion is, but in light of the particular nature of this matter, he thought it better to send for me so I could hear exactly what the foreman had to say. The DPP said further. Added Llewellyn, it is unfortunate that the council has sought to spread misinformation and seek to mischievously and form an understanding of this era, and I can only hope it is not in the effort to intimidate me or my office. They must be so careful that in being so irresponsible and spreading this sort of information that it does not act as an adverse factor which undermines our security at the office of the DPP. We are career prosecutors and we have no vested interest in any case. In April 2014, Kartel was sentenced to life imprisonment with the eligibility of parole after serving 35 years of his sentence. His co-accusers also handed life sentences. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.